Hello viewers, you're welcome to TM Graphics. Today we shall be designing a logo for a basketball team. So let's get to work. So the first tool I'll be making use of is my Ellipse Tool. So I'm going to be clicking on that. This is my Ellipse Tool. Okay. So now I'll be holding down my Control key. Then I'll drag to draw a perfect circle. Okay. Right. It's okay for me. But before I will go further in this lesson, I will need to increase the pixel of the circle. So I'll come to this part and click on the 8 as I want it to be thick. So I'll be using thickness of 8 pixel. Alright. So the next thing I'll be doing now is I want to draw a bigger circle. So I'll come to my Ellipse Tool and I'll click on it. This time around I don't need to hold down the control key because I don't even want a perfect circle. I just want a circle that will serve, that will be a little bit different from the first one I did. Yeah, you see this one is quite different from the one up here. So I need to make this bigger. I also want to make this one bigger as well. Okay, we are good to go. So the next thing I'll be doing now is I want to create a duplicate for this bigger one. So how do I do that? I just come to this part. I'll drag it in and I'll right click. Can you see? So I have a duplicate already. So I need to adjust this duplicate such that it's fitting to my satisfaction. Okay, I'm doing that. Don't forget we are trying to create a logo for a basketball team. So we are doing everything possible to achieve that. Okay, I'll make this bigger a bit. Okay, the next thing is I want to work on this. I want to work on this. I want to slant this a bit. So let me alter the shape of this. And I'll adjust this way. Okay, I want to make it bigger. Right. Yes. I think I'm okay with this. So the next thing is I'll be creating a line here so that I can have different parts. I can have different layer on these shapes. So I'll be able to create different layers on this shape. So I need to create a line here. So I'll just go to my freehand tool and I'll create a line at this part. Okay, we are good to go. We are good to go. So now next thing is I want to be making use of my smart fill tool. So I'll click on my smart fill tool here and I'll start to create a layer on this. So I want a layer here, a layer here, a layer at this part, and a layer at this part, right? So we are good to go. Now I can delete this. Delete. I don't want this either. I'll delete this part as well. So you click on it and you right click, and you go to delete and you delete them off. This is what I want, and I've gotten it, right? So now the next thing is I want to remove the outline around this part. So I'll just highlight it this way. Let me do that again. It has been highlighted. Then I'll come to this place here and I'll right click. Can you see? So this has no outline again. So it's as simple as that. So next thing I want to do is I want to give all of these a color. So I'll just highlight everything this way, right? So I want to give it a color. I want this color. Okay, I'm okay with this color. So I also want to group everything together. I want to merge everything together. So how do I do that? I've highlighted everything. So I come to this part where we have word. I'll click on that and I have everything all were together. So it's now a single entity. Can you see that? So it's now a single entity. Yes, we are good to go. We are good to go. We are good to go. So what I'll be doing next is I want to create a kind of motion effect on this ball. So how do I do that? Before I will be making use of my free hand tool. Before I start with that, I will need to zoom this part so that I can effectively work on it. So whenever you want to work on a part and you want to be careful with that, you just need to zoom it so I can see, and you can see that part clearly. So you come to your zoom tool here, click on it, and I will draw it across that part I intend to zoom. Can you see? So you can see this part clearly now. So I'll just go to my freehand tool and I will create straight line this way, dropping this here, dropping this here. Okay. So the next thing I'll be doing is I need to work on this straight line. I want to convert it to curve. So I'll click on my shape tool and I will highlight all of this. Let me highlight it properly. Okay. So the next thing is I'll be coming to this part and I'll click on convert to curve. So if this is convert to curve, I can now work on it, right? So I don't want a straight line for this. Okay. And I'll highlight this part so that arrows can pop up on this image. Can you see? So I need to adjust it this way. So when you have the arrow, you can now work on the part properly. I see that. I want an arrow here too. I see that. We are trying to create a logo for a basketball team. Do not forget that. So I'm trying everything possible to make that look perfect. Right? Okay, I need to drag this part in a bit. Okay, I need to work on this part as well. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Okay, so I still need to work on this part. If you look at this part is lagging a bit. So how do I do that? I'll just click on my shapes one more time and I will highlight the part lagging. I can push this part out a bit. Can you see? It's lagging at that part. Yes, that part is lagging, so I've worked on it. No, I don't intend to touch the shape. Okay, that is that about that. So the next thing I'll be doing now is I need duplicate of this shape I've created. So how do I make a duplicate? Just like we did your first time. So I'll be using the I'll come to this part, I'll click on it, I'll hold down my shift key and I'll drag it like this and I'll right click. Can you see? So I have a duplicate which I can bring to any part I intend to take it to. So I'm taking the duplicate to this part. Okay, I can bring this low a bit. So I also want another duplicate here. So I'll drag it this way and I'll right click. So I have a duplicate here as well. I'm sure we all know how to rotate now. I've said it initially. So now I want to work on this one. Let me take this in a bit. I think it's too long. I want this to go in a bit. Okay, so that is okay for me. I want to increase the want to reduce this as well. So I'm just trying to make it better. Yes. So I'm working on this. Okay, so I need to convert this to curve. So how do I convert this to curve? Just like we did earlier on. You click on your shape tool, click on your shape tool, and you highlight all of this. I see it has been highlighted, and now you can now convert it to curve. For the fact that I copied it from here, I have converted this shape itself to curve. So I don't need to come to this part and click on. Can you see? It faded. So I don't need to click on that. So that effect is already on this. So I just need to adjust it a different part. Can you see? So okay. I also need to adjust this part too. This part too. Okay. Narrow here. I'm adjusting this part as well. I'll take this in. So that is that about that. I need to rotate this guy a bit. Then I'll bring it below. Okay. This is cool. This is okay for me. So the next thing I'll be doing now is I will be merging all of this effect to this, right? So this has been selected. Hold on my shift key. Don't forget when you want to multi-select, that is, you want to select more than one image or more properties. So how do you do that? You click on your shift key and you select them one after the other. So 2, 3, and I'll select this 4, right? So I can come to this part and click on word. Can you see? So we have everything wedded all together. That is that. It's very simple. So now I can now reduce the zoom level. This is what we got. So the next thing is I'll be writing a text across this logo, right? So I'll just go to my text tool and I'll click on it and have it this way. So okay, formidable, formidable club. Okay, formidable club. Okay, I think I'm okay with this name. So I want a font. Okay, 75. So I want to change this font to a better one. No, this cool. Okay, I think I like this. Okay, I think I'm okay with this font. I just need to make this bigger. So I need to increase the size, right? Okay, is this font perfect for this? Yes, this is cool. This is nice, right? So let me just place it very well. Okay, I'll be working on this font. So I need to work on this font. I want to give it a kind of effect. So the first thing I'll be doing now, the first tool I'll be making use of is our envelope tool. So how do I get that? I'll come to this part where I have blend. Then I'll click on this. Then this all option pops up this way. Then I can go to envelope. This is our envelope tool. I'll click on it. So I want to highlight this part. So I'm removing the node on that part. So just come to this place here, delete node. delete it. And the next thing is I want to convert this to a straight line kind of inclination. So I'll just come to this part. I'll click on it first. Now I'll come to this part and I'll click on convert to line. Okay, so with that I can now alter this to line, but it should be in a straight line. Okay, can you see? Wow, this is cool. This is interesting. So that is that about that. It's as simple as that. Let me see if I can reduce the size. I think the size is too big for me. Okay, I'll reduce the size of this part to a bit. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing now is I'll still be making use of that envelope too, but this time around I'll be converting this part to curve. So I'll come here and I'll click on convert to curve. Can you see? So we can actually work on this and make it look more attractive. Okay, now make this part go up a bit. Can you see that? So I drag this in. I'm taking this part up a bit. Yes, we are good to go. So I can adjust this. Okay, this is nice. So I want to work on this font. I will be working on the airline for this font. So, but let me give it a different color. I want to give it a different color. I want to change it from black to a better color. Okay, then let me give it red. Okay, so I want to work on this red. I don't want it this color, but I want to alter this color. So I'll be working on the intensity of that color. So I'll just click on Shift F11. Then I'll go to model. I can adjust it to whichever color I prefer. So this is the initial color, this is the new color. I'm adjusting it to. So I'm working on the intensity. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Okay, can you see? So I've successfully altered the color. Okay, now I want to give it an outline with different colors. So you just come to this part. Can you see? So you double click on this. So you can now increase this to headline. Okay, I think I want 4. That's the thickness of the headline. And I will be changing the color to this. Is this okay for me? But lastly, let me look for a better color. Okay, I want this. Change it to this. Okay. So I'm not still okay with that headline. It is not obvious. I'll still come to this part. I'll double click on it. Let me increase it to 8 and see how it look like. And I will work on okay. Yes, I think it's obvious now. It's obvious now. So now we need to convert this wordings to a 3D text. So how do we do that? I just come to this part where I have my blend tool. So I have my where I have my envelope tool. I'll click on the tip here, and all of this option pops up. And I'll go to extrude. Click on extrude. Then I can now work on this, right? Let me start from this part. Can you see? This is a 3D effect, a 3D text effect. Okay. And see, this is different now, right? So the next thing I'll be doing is I need to just, okay, let me work on the type of 3D effect I want. So I'll come to this part, I'll click on this, and I'll go to this particular one, select this. Okay, yes. So now, am I okay with this? No, I still need to work on this a bit. So I'll click on my extrude tool and I'll go back to work. Okay, so I'm trying to have a perfect angle for it. Okay, I think I'm okay with this angle. This is okay for me. All right, this is cool for me. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be having a duplicate of this so that I can have more effects to bring about reality to this text. So I'll just click on this and I'll Control C, that's copy, Control V. So I already have a duplicate. Can you see? So I have a duplicate. I Control C to copy and Control V to paste. So I actually drag it down so that we can see that. Control C. So I have a duplicate already. I'll be giving that duplicate a color. Okay, I want to give it this particular color. So like we did for the first one, can you see? This is just the duplicate. This is the duplicate. Can you see that? So Control Z. So I'll be coming to this part. I'll right click on it twice. Left click on it twice. Then I'll go to my model, click on my model. And I can now adjust this to my satisfaction. So I'm okay with this level of intensity. Then okay. Can you see now? So the duplicate is more like the other one. Can you see? But I don't want this duplicate to carry this type of outline. So the outline too will be different. Okay. So I want a better outline. Okay, let me still use this. Use this. No, I don't want this color. I want to go behind. Okay. Yes. So I'll take this down. This is duplicate. I'll work successfully on the duplicate. This one has no, it has a different outline entirely. So the next thing I will be doing is I will have to take this duplicate. I'll take it underneath. So how do I do that? I'll just hold down my control key and I'll click on page down. So with that, it has go underneath the original text. So now I need to adjust that duplicate such that it gives it a very attractive look. So I'm trying to do that. Can you see? Okay, I'll take it in a bit. I'm okay with it this way. So I'm adjusting that. Okay, let me stretch this out a bit. No, stretch it out a bit. Okay, I think I like it this way. Okay, we are progressing with this. I'll bring it out a bit here. Yes, 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 I'm okay with it. So I'm okay with this. Now the next thing is I want to work on this shape itself. I'm giving it a color, a better color. Okay, that will rhyme with this text. So how do I do that? I'll just give it red. Then I'll work on it here. I'll double click on this part and I'll go to my model and I can adjust it to this part. Okay. Yes, I'm okay with this. So let me adjust this. Okay. Yes. I think I like it this way. Yes. Now this is cool. This is looking very good. So the next thing I'll be doing now is that I'll be adding a text to this part here. So I'll go to my text tool, I'll click on it, and I'll come to this part. I want to add basketball. Okay. So now let me work on this font. So I prefer no. I think I prefer this. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. So I'll work on the size. Okay. Yes, I'm okay with this size. Let me stretch it out a bit. Okay. So what I'll be doing next is this. I'll work on the text. I'll turn it upside down. So how do I do that? I'll just come to this part where I have mirror horizontally. I'll click on it. Can you see? The text is upside down now. So I need to fix this text to a part. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'll be fixing it to a part and I'll be turning the other way so that it will fit in perfectly. So now I'll work on the text. I've successfully turned it upside down. So it's not making sense now. I'm making it look this way so that it can make sense later. So the next thing I'll be doing now is I'll be fixing this text to a part. I want to fix it to this part, right? So but before I do that, I will need to go to my text. I'll click on text and I'll go to fix text to part. I'll click on it and I'll fix it to this part. I want it here. Okay. So it's loading. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be taking this basketball from this part. I'll bring it here, right? So let's do that right away. So I'll take it and I'll drop it here. I want it to be here. Okay. Yes, I have it here. So it's loading. Fine. So I'll come to this place, this icon here, mirror text vertically. So I'll click on it. Can you see now? So we have it perfectly seated, right? So now what we are doing next is we need to create a kind of basketball ball at this part. So let's get to work. Let's go and do that. So I'll need to move all of these aside, right? So let me take it to one side. Okay. So I'll go to my ellipse tool, click on my ellipse tool, and I'll make a circle. Let me increase the thickness of that circle. Okay. I think I'm okay with this, right? So I'll make use of my zoom icon, my zoom tool to zoom this so I can see it properly. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be making use of my freehand tool to create a path across this circle, right? So I'll go to my freehand tool and I will create a line, straight line, a vertical line this way. Okay, drop it here. I'll increase the thickness to 16. So I need to convert this line to curve. So I'll click on shape tool and I will highlight it. Then I'll come to this part and click on convert to curve. Then I can convert this to curve. It's not simple enough. Yes, this is good. Okay, so I also need to have a duplicate of this line. So how do I do that? I will just click on the pick tool, then I'll hold down my control key, then click on this and drag, right? Then leave the control key, then right click, simple. So what I did is after that after that line has been selected, I hold down my control key, I press it down, I hold it, then I left click on it, I drag, then I leave the control key, then I later right click. So with that, I've been able to create a duplicate, a perfect duplicate at that. So it's as simple as that. So what I'll be doing next now is I'll be grouping these two curves together. So I'll click on the first one and also click on the second one, and I'll hold down my shift key. So I click on the first one, I hold down my shift key and also click on the second one, then Control G to group it together. So we have it as a single entity. Can you see now? A single entity. It's as simple as that. Let me just adjust it very well. So what I'll be doing next now is I'll be creating another part here, right? So I'll go to my freehand tool, then I'll draw a line across this part this way. Let me increase the thickness of this line to 16 as well. I'll click on the shape tool and I will highlight all of it. Then I will come to this part where we have convert to curve, and I'll click on that, and I can convert this straight line to curve. It's not simple. Convert this to curve. Okay, so let me take this up a bit. Yes, I think I'm okay with this. So I need a duplicate of this line as well. So how do I do that? Just like we did for this, we're doing that as well to this. So I'll be clicking on I'll hold down my control key and I'll drag this out a bit. I'll leave the control key, then right click. So I have a duplicate for this, right? So the next thing I'll be doing now is I'll be creating a part on this part too, right? So I'll just go to my freehand tool, I'll click on it, and I'll create a straight line also on this part. I'll drop this, right? So also I'll create another I'll convert this to curve. Click on this, highlight all of this, then convert to curve. So I can convert this guy to curve as well. I forgot to work on the thickness of that line, but we can still convert it to curve. Okay, okay. So this is okay for me. I can move this nearer a bit, and I can increase the thickness to 16 as well. So I want to duplicate of this one as well. I'll hold down the control key and I'll drag up a bit, then leave the control key, right click. Can you see? So I have a duplicate of that. And finally, I need to copy this one. I need to copy this line. So how do I do that? I want to group these two together and I'll copy it, I'll put it at this part instead of me drawing another new straight line, right? So I will need to select these two lines and bring it down there, right? So I'll click on this, I'll hold down my shift key and I'll click on the other one too, right? So now I'll hold down my control key, I'll drag all of this here, right? Then I will right click. So I have that here, right? So now the next thing is I want to group these two lines together and then reverse the perspective, the direction. So I'll click on this, hold down my shift key, I will click on this, then I will control G. Control G is what? To group, right? When you want to group two or more things together, you use control G, or better still you right click and select group. Simple. So now I want to turn this upside down, I'll turn it the other way. So I'll just come to mirror vertically, so I'll click on it. Can you see that be changed, right? So I can now adjust this very well. Fine. So now I've successfully created different parts on this ball, right? So let me bring this one to this part a bit. Let me shift this a bit. Okay, I'll move it here. Alright, I think I'm okay with it this way. So now I can create parts. And how do I create layers on this part I've created? I'll need to go to my smart field tool and I'll start creating the part. Can you see? Created a part here, have a part here, 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 and a part here, right? Now cool enough. So the next thing I'll be doing now is I want to give another color to this part, right? So I'll just come here. I'll just change this to let me change it to another color entirely. So let me use this color. Or better still, let me use red. I prefer red. So the color here, can you see? Simple, right? It's simple as well. It's simple. Simple. It's as simple as that. Okay. So now I want to take away all these parts. I don't need all of this part. I don't need all of this part. So I need to take it away. So how do I do that? I'll just click on it and I will delete. Simple as that. Right. So I'll be clicking on this, right click on it and delete, right? So I'll just right click and I'll go to delete. Simple. Click on this as well, right click, delete. Click on this, right click and delete. So I'm deleting all of this. I don't need those parts. I don't need those parts anymore. So delete. What about this? I'll also delete this. Delete. Simple. So the next thing is I want to give this part color. I don't prefer the I want to alter this color because I actually use this to trace it out to create a layer. So I want to give each of this layer a different color. I want to give this part or this part same color and this part too. I'll be working on the color anyway. So let me just give this all of this. I'll select it. This, this, and this. Fine. I'll give it this color. Okay. And this inner part, I need to work on that. Okay. I need to work on this inner part. Right. Okay. 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 All right. Now come to here. I'll tap on that and I'll go to model. Then I can work on the color for that part. Yes. So all of this part is not selected. That is why we're having different color there. So I'll just make use of my eyedropper to add the color to this part, right? Or better still, I can still go through the process I use for this. So let me just do that for the benefit of the class. So I'll click on this. What I actually did to make this possible is this. It's very simple. I'm about to do that again. So I'll click on this part and I'll double click here. It pops up this way. I'll go to model. Then here I can adjust it. Okay, can you see? So this part too, but this time around, let me just select the three different parts and I will do it at a time, right? So click on this, hold down your shift key, click on the second one, click on this, right? So I can come to this part here and I'll double click, pops up this way, go to model, then bring this to this. I'll just sit here, okay, okay. So can you see? So it carries same color, right? So we are good to go. Now I need to group all of this together. So I'll just highlight everything and I will control G. So it's now a single entity. Can you see this? Now a single entity. Let me reduce the size. And now as well try to make it look okay. Am I good to go with this? All right. So now I can now go back to our logo. Then I will insert this into it. So before I insert this ball in here, I will need to group the two texts together, the duplicate and the original text, right? So I'll click on the duplicate. I'll just go to the tip, I'll click on it. I'll hold down my shift key and I'll click on the original, then Control G. It has been grouped together to become a single entity. So that is that about that. Then I can now, okay, let me just leave it that way. I can adjust it a bit. Or better say I make it smaller. Okay, I'll still bring it down here. I'm adjusting that. Okay, so I can stretch it out a bit. I want it out a bit, and I can work on this part too. Yes, yes, I think this is okay for me. So now I'll bring in this in here, but I still need to reduce the size of this guy. Let's see how it goes. Okay, this is nice. Wow, wow. So let me see if I can adjust this below a bit. I want it that way. Okay, yes, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So I'll need to group all of this together. All right. So I've selected this. Don't forget, if you want to group, it's either you use the short key Control G, or better still, you right click on it and you do what? And you group, right? So I've highlighted it and I'll use the short key Control G. So it is now a single entity. Can you see? It's now a single entity. So before we come to the end of this class, I need to create a background for this to make it look more attractive. So how do I do that? I'll go to my shape, my rectangle tool. I'll click on this. So I want to create a background for this logo. So we'll play with color as well. So I'll be giving this background a color. What color? What color? Okay, let me just use this. Let's see if we can use blue. Okay. Then I need to take this to the back, right? So I hold down the shift key and I'll click on page down. That's cool. But I'm not okay with this color. I need to work on that color. I'm not okay with this color. So I'll be changing this color to something better. Is this cool? This cool. What about this? What about this? Okay, I think this is better. So, or better say I'll use this. No, this is not cool. So this is better. So I will need to work on this color as well. So I'll just go to my to this where I have the extrude tool. I'll click on the tip. I want to work on the transparency of that background. I'll click on the tip tool and I'll go to transparency, right? We have transparency here. So I can work on this. Can you see that? I'm still working on that. Okay, let me adjust the color level. And what if I give another color to this part? Let's see if we can use this. Is this cool? Is this cool? Is this cool? I prefer the previous color. Okay, I think I like this. I think I like this. Let me just work more on that. Also adjust the level. Yes, this is cool. Stretch it out. Yes, this is brilliant. Perfect and interesting. So with this, we have come to the end of our class. But let me zoom it so I can see this properly and see how beautiful it is. Boom. Can you see? This is interesting. This is nice. So we have successfully created a logo for basketball team. Can you see? So it's very, very simple. If you follow this class, you'll be able to get it and you'll be able to do your own logo as well. So please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, TM Business Innovation, and do not forget to turn on your notification button so that whenever we drop videos like this, you will be notified on time. Like, share, and comment on this. Thanks for watching. God bless every one of you. Bye for now.